Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for part 5 of the Monday Q&As, and I'm so happy because I'm ready to go to bed. First question. Jason, about how much does a pound of muscle raise your BMR TDEE? I've heard it's between 7 to 15 calories per pound of muscle. Is that pretty accurate? If you get 15 to 20 pounds from new gains, how much do you expect your BMR TDEE to rise? Thanks, Jason. The BMR and the TDEE are so dramatically different on this that we can't even make a comparison. How much will it raise your TDEE? I don't know. How active are you? Now, BMR, it's probably closer to like 7 to 10 calories. So 20 pounds of muscle gain, which is pretty well all of your noob gains. You're looking at something like 140 to 200 calories on your BMR. That's not very much. That is a lot of work for a very small increase. TDEE, however, is where it becomes very dramatic. Someone who's stacked on 20 or 30 pounds of muscle, who lifts weights for an hour and a half, 3 times a week, and who does an hour or 2 of cardio a day, it could dramatically increase your TDEE because muscle tissue is metabolically active, and when you start using it through large amounts of activity, it is going to cause a much larger increase in doing that activity without that muscle. And it's really hard to estimate that. Sorry, I had to take a break there. The microphone batteries were getting low. So let me just jump to the next question. I pretty well answered that first one. Jason, is there any harm in working out a muscle group that is still sore from a previous workout? Are there any benefits in it? Thanks. Are there any negatives? No, not really, other than it might hurt a bit. But if you're getting DOMs, it's because you changed something in your routine, you're training too infrequent, you did excessive negatives, you dramatically changed volume too much in a single session. Those are what cause you to be sore. Now, people talk about DOMs related to recovery, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about all that nonsense. These are people talking who don't really understand the adaptation model in the human body. Yeah, you can train with DOMs, which is, again, delayed onset muscle soreness, which is what you mean by soreness. And in fact, you probably should. If you're on a proper program that has you doing a proper rotation, you should not be skipping workouts because you're sore. You need to do them anyways. The benefits you will gain is that you will make the gains that you need to make on a proper training protocol and frequency and set up. So that's the benefits you will make, that you'll be doing your program correctly. And whether you're sore or not has no relevance on that. And in fact, if you're new to a proper program and it has you training at an appropriate frequency, the soreness will start going away if you start training when you're sore. Again, on a proper program that's well written, you might get sore at first, and if you just train through it, you'll stop getting sore completely as a result of most of your training sessions. So absolutely, just go ahead and train unless you're injured. Or remember, sharp pains are not the same as soreness. So injury versus DOMs. All right, next question, which is the final question of the week. Lower back fat. For an average genetic white male, what is the likelihood I will ever be freed of this blight? Well, I don't know if you know. I'm not really sure how you've determined that you're genetically average, but yeah, I'll work with it. Whether you are genetically gifted, whether you got those BBC genetics, or whether you have the white gamer nerd genetics, or whatever special genetic groups people try to throw everyone in these days. I can't keep up with these. So whatever group that you happen to label yourself or other people to go into in terms of genetics is completely irrelevant. No person on earth is genetically unable to lose virtually all of their subcutaneous body fat through diet, exercise, and caloric deficit. So if you continue to lose body fat, and by continue to lose body fat, I mean retain muscle mass while being in a calorie deficit because you're eating enough protein on a balanced diet and you're training hard enough to retain the muscle, without an excessive calorie deficit, if you continue to be in a calorie deficit, your body will have no choice but to lose fat. Your problem areas, which are generally hormonal or genetic, your problem areas will eventually shrink. If there's no other place left for your body to pull body fat and you're still losing body fat, it's got to come from somewhere, so eventually it will come from there. So if you get lean enough, then yes, your lower back fat will go away completely, even if it is your worst problem area like it is mine. So the solution is to keep losing fat, keep dieting. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative. and I will talk to you guys next time. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. Oh.